go live. Never mind. All right, we're good. Yep. Welcome. I think my mic was a bit off, I guess. So it's another match of the 1 to 6 46 rowboats
Yeah, hello.
tournament.
Yeah, your mic
Yep.
was cutting, and I
Oh
thought that my
yeah.
audio is messed up.
And I was like,
Alright,
what is going on? Okay. Repeat, right?
yeah.
Welcome everyone to the 1 to 6 Mega Man 1 to 6 46 rowboats. Another tournament match between Khanster and Madu. And with me, I have Shadow. Welcome, Shadow.
Hello.
Yep. And looks like runners are ready. And we're gonna release them soon.
Yeah, everything's fine now.
Yep.
Sorry for the delays, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Our mod got busy, so we kind of had to
Okay.
take over, and I've never done this before, so it was kind of rough.
Yep.
So, McBob, how do you feel about this game?
Which one? Mega Man 1?
Yeah, the one on screen right now.
It's hard.
It's impossible, I agree.
Yes, that's the correct word. you wanna do magnet grab? It's impossible. All right, looks like runners are ready. So I'm just gonna hope. Good luck, have fun. And 3, 2, 1, release.
Yeah, they're going
All
off.
right. They're going to start soon. And I'm excited. I'm excited for all the things that's gonna happen. Yep.
Yeah, Madu has been practicing a lot. I know he's new to this category, but he's like very experienced with some of the games, especially 6 and 5 and Mega Man 3.
Oh
and
yeah,
Khanster.
I mean, yeah, even 4. When he played on the relay, he was going like he was getting at least for the 8 rowboats, which what matters here. He was getting good time, so we should expect like kind of a more experienced level on that game from him. Probably the newest thing for him is Mega Man 1 and 2, so that's going to be the most surprising kind of.
I know he's not a big fan of walking.
Well, that's his experience. Oh, both runners are ready. Khanster, do you have information about him?
I don't know much about Khanster, but he seems like someone who's like well-rounded. I've seen him play a little bit. He's like just an all-around player. He plays pretty much all of
I guess I've seen him in the. I guess I've seen him in the relay. Probably we have to ask him though, because it's not something new. Maybe in the Mega Man 3 tournament somewhere, because I've seen some races with Khanster in there. So
yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember seeing him in the relay playing Mega Man 3 once, but I don't remember if that was the last relay or the one from a year ago.
Yeah, probably, but at least from what I saw, I think from the recent relay and maybe tournament. So it's probably it's more experience with races. So this should be an exciting race at least.
Yeah.
And they're both off to Cutman, first robot ever. As you would expect. I would go Guts myself, but that's just me.
Yeah, Guts first used to be like the route that people did until someone found out that there's actually a way to grab the magnet beam without having Gutsman's weapon.
Yeah. Usually, like, the task was like doing the cut first route from very old times.
Yeah.
Talking about the 2000s. But then, like, the reason why they were able to do it is because they like in the task because it's using emulator, you are allowed to press up and down at the same time, which makes the trick basically free, and you can do it. But it's not possible on console. But on a original hardware, what you would do, and what's been found, is that you have one frame to press down, in which you can and down and shoot, in which you can actually gain a little bit of height. And if you press up, you can zip and basically get out of bounds immediately, and that changed the route significantly for Mega Man 1. This is the reason why we're starting with Cutman.
But yeah, Cutman, it's the simplest stage of this run, I would say. You don't really do much. And the boss fight is pretty simple. You just shoot and jump over the rolling counter. Nothing too special.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Usually it's considered like the first one to go with, even casually, so luckily it's for speedrunning as well. And looks like Khanster is having a little bit of trouble with the first Alec room. Won't blame him. I think everyone been struggling in this.
Yeah. This room, I don't know who designed it. It wasn't a very good design choice.
Yeah. Ooh, Madu's taking... Dude. I like that. Don't ask me why. I like whoever takes the top route. The right route.
Oh yeah. The right route is basically the consistent one because of the blocks, but you can actually do a corner jump from the left side. I think the corner jump is like a 4-framer, something like that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. This is what Khanster is gonna do, and hopefully he gets it. Oh no!
Yeah, and that's why in the races,
something I found
pretty risky because you can just fall down.
Something I found actually is that you can jump off of the first block ever to the right side rather than waiting for the second block to appear.
Oh, on the right side?
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I also found that out very late, like this year or something.
Yeah, I've been using, I think I used it in one of my zipless runs, obsolete ones, and then I dropped it because, well, it's not worth it, but still consistent enough. I think it loses about 2 seconds. And over here we have Madu got the magnet beam really well. He didn't get the soft lock.
That was very fast, but we were too busy talking about pointless things.
Never mind. We have a chance to talk about it. Khanster gave that.
As you can see, you have to press down for exactly 1 frame while shooting. It's not easy at all. Oh, he got it.
Sick. Good.
Good.
It's just... Please don't soft lock. Please don't soft lock. Please don't soft lock. Basically, if it get inside the magnet beam block, zone, there's no way out. That's called soft lock, and there's nothing you can do aside from resetting the game.
Yeah, the ND jail.
Yep, it's called ND jail. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Turn around.
Tiptoes. Nice.
Nice.
Great, dude. Oh my god, that was so scary. We do not want a resets here. Any resets. Madu is off with the Alec Man. Awesome.
Yeah. He had a really smooth Alec Man stage.
Yep. I think even his magnet grab was very very quick.
Yeah, it was so fast we couldn't even talk about it.
Yeah. Into Iceman. So far I think Madu has very significant lead.
Yeah, but there's almost 2 hours of game still. So anything can happen.
True.
Let's see if he gets the buffer zip, and he does.
Ooh, nice. Oh, it's
buffered. You want to explain how the buffer works?
Yep, that would be much appreciated.
But yeah, basically, the buffer zips. At some point, that wasn't actually a thing. People just had to like do pixel perfect beam placements, but someone found out that you can actually press and hold jump and shoot to like get a perfect beam placement, and it's very consistent. You just use a visual cues for those, and when you reach that visual cue, you basically just press jump and shoot at the same time, and you get a zip beam.
Nice. I never thought about this. Well, wait, that makes zipping a bit more consistent in a way.
Yeah, it does.
How many
Yeah.
how many times would you do that in a run? Because that sounds like making it looking free, even though it's not.
Well, I know there's two you can do in ice, and there's one you can do in fire, and there's also one in Gutsman. But they are
Nice.
still slower than getting Ice Pixel, but Ice Pixel is impossible, so I don't do it.
We should be cool to do the ice pixels.
Yeah.
Be cool kids. Shout out to Cool Kid, by the way. Alright. Madu is off to Fireman. And yeah, is doing the zipping, the magnet beam. Another one.
Yeah, that's the buffer in fire that he just did.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Khanster taking a death.
Getting
Oh.
trolled by the platforms. Those nasty platforms.
Oh well. Alright. It's not a big of a death, I guess. But oh, he did lose his magnet beam though. That's
Oh, no.
a hefty time loss though. And the Yokos, well, honestly, the Yokos
dying.
are a bit messed up in this one.
Dying in
It's kind of
ice in a race is so brutal just because you don't have
It
the
is.
ammo.
The magnet beam. He has to ride those enemies. Oh no. He figured it. Nice.
Okay, let's go. Meanwhile, Madu is done with Fireman. He's having
Yep.
a really good Mega Man 1 actually. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely a fantastic performance from Maru so far.
Like, he did one of the raps in Fire. It's another like a consistent way to get it instead of just trying to be pixel perfect. There's like a pixel. You can use the ladder as a visual cue to where to place the beam, and then basically the setup for a wrap is free.
Yeah.
I don't like saying the word free, but it's free.
Oh, another death. It becomes free, but I think when you scroll to the other screen, like you're inside the lava, but you have to kind of try to place the beam, turn left, shoot again another beam or something, and then press up, and then jump. It's kind of a lot of things happening in that room where
it's kind of hard to break it
cause you
down
death.
what actually happens when you get this setup.
Yeah. Another buffered zip, I guess.
Yeah, another ladder setup. There we go. You face
And one
left,
thing-
so you zip, and then you press start to initiate the zip in Bombman.
Nice. Actually, we're getting into Mega Man 2 soon on Madu's side, but just one thing to note, we're gonna come to it later, but it's actually forgiven when it comes to like overzipping in this game. It's somewhat like not that of a punishing trick when you try to zip from like overzipping like over the wall.
In
like
Mega
to
Man
the
2?
next screen. In Mega Man 1, it's not. It's like a bit forgiving
Yeah.
compared to Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 is brutal, and we're going to basically explain that when it comes.
Yeah, I'm terrified of doing that last sip and quick man in a race. That's why I don't do it.
Actually, it saves only 6 seconds, so I wouldn't do it either unless I'm like so experienced with it. Like it took me for me as like a runner of Mega Man 2, it took me quite a while to get used to wiggles there. So that's spoiler, kind of a spoiler.
Yeah. Kind of a spoiler. We're still at 1.
Yeah.
I'm doing outspan.
Yep. But 1 and 2 kind of similar, so it makes sense, right? It's
Yeah.
fine. You
It's
guys will appreciate it.
It's somewhat of the same engine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Madu is close to finishing his...
No. Oh no, dude!
Oh, he
It's a
got the-
game over.
You got the wrong pixel on...
Yeah.
Like if you jump too early on that setup, you get the death pixel and basically you don't save, you just die. That sucks a lot.
It does. It's very, very precise still, even though like it's like it has a set of inputs, but they need to be kind of executed well. Oh, Madu is already done with Mega Man 1 and he's off to Rockman 2.
Rockman 2.
And
oh yeah.
I think they should take a delay, right? Between every game.
Yeah, there's like a mandatory 20-second between swapping so that emulator versus console is there. Because on emulator you can swap so fast.
Yeah. That's actually good. So alright, in Mega Man 2 we start with Flashman. And the order basically was selected so that we're talking about zips, so it's built around doing zips. And Madu basically will take a specific route in order to get the item 1, which will allow him to basically execute zips and going through the walls. And probably, I don't know what route he will take. Is it heat second or air second? And we'll see. But for now, kind of not seeing Madu's screen, so we're just gonna keep an eye on. Oh, it's back.
We're just
and
gonna use our imagination. But yeah, the route in Mega Man 2 is just built around getting the items as fast as possible to let you initiate zips.
Yep, I forgot to switch audio. My bad.
Yeah, that makes it a bit tricky because you have to buster 3 bosses, but...
Yeah, it's... I think, the good thing about, like... Well, not the good thing, but the not normal thing, kind of, fine, is, like, bustering flash and air. But the problem is bustering heat because, well, it's probably the most very long... Like, the most long fight ever, I'd say, in the entire game, in this mode, because Heatman takes, 2 damage per hit, per buster hit, and he has, like, random delays to go from 30 frames, 60 frames, or 90 frames, so that becomes really long, and it's RNG based. So, that's the only, like, I'd say, that's really what makes kind of this route a bit weird in a way, but, you know, it's still the fastest. You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody who played this game would think of bustering Hitman and also not having item 2 for this section. That's coming
I
up
guess so too. Meanwhile, I think they're just far ahead. Like they're just away by 2 seconds. Nothing much. It's like there's still anyone's race, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even though with all what happened.
I mean, there can be some soft locks as well.
Yeah.
That can always happen. Anyway, Madu is gonna set up the first zip in the run, actually. Oh, but he's messing up the pixel.
Yeah, so basically how it works is that there's a special pixel, 4 pixel actually, where you can press A and B with item 3, and the item 3 will actually go under a Mega Man rather than like even with the hitbox. And so because it goes under, you can land on it, and then you grab the ladder again, so the item 3 goes down. And that will give you more room for you to basically get inside the wall and perform the zip and skip a large amount of pillars in the stage. And I think Madu did it well after several tries.
And basically, how that works is that you get into the ceiling, then you turn around, like you do like a, it's called an A trigger, right?
Yep.
But yeah, always when it's like when you zip in Mega Man, it feels like in almost every game it's about facing left. Like every time you face left, you initiate the zip. So basically, he just faced left, and that's how he initiated the zip.
Yeah, and it doesn't work facing right. And Madu got, I think he got a decent RNG, for the most part. And that was a nice boss kill. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that was good.
Also, speaking of A trigger, the A trigger works by like when you're inside the wall, when you press A, just like jump in, you have a 4-frame window where Mega Man doesn't move. And so all you need is to make Mega Man facing left, and in those 4 frames you can do that, and then Mega Man gets zipped out of the wall.
Why does facing left make you zip? I have no idea.
Same here. Shadow.
But it does.
Shadow.
Yeah.
What's this stage?
Oh, that's the stage I never die on because it's so easy.
Same for me.
Look,
oh, no.
Look at this. Madu is not gonna die.
I'm trusting Madu. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, he didn't do that bonk on the.
Oh, nice.
What
That's
a god
actually
gamer.
Good. Yep.
Yeah, that's like the scariest stage, just because of that cross with the items in a race.
Oh no. Khanster taking a dead to Godsman meanwhile. Yeah, it's still Mega Man 1, but it's on the last stage. So that's good for him.
Yeah, almost there.
Yep. Actually, remember I died in air in the relay, and I still have nightmares about it.
I died in there 2 days ago.
Oh.
When racing in the tournament. Madu is showing us how it's done.
Yep, how to not die in air, man.
Still can't believe he didn't go for 2 bonks.
Yeah, like
What a god.
it requires well, Madu is top tier, so
Yeah.
requires more confidence. Kind of.
And yeah, Khanster getting into 2 now. So the game difference is gone.
Yep.
Very
We're
nice.
just 2 seconds away, 2 stages away. Nothing much.
Yeah. Just 2 stages.
And by the way, I think normal mode is allowed. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so if for anyone who for the races, they can run either Mega Man 2 or Rockman 2. And the main difference, 2 key differences. The first one, the text. And Mega Man 2 has slower text, but slower text than Rockman 2. But the benefit is that it has normal mode. And because Rockman 2 defaults to normal mode, and that's kind of the compromise for each. You either want fast text and difficult game, or slow text and easy game. And personally, from what I've seen and all the runs and stuff, I think for a race they even out, because still Rockman 2 kind of faster, but still, like, if the difficulty plays a big role, it may actually be better to run Mega Man 2. So it depends from racer to racer, and it's basically even in a way.
Yeah, it's basically difficult is faster in theory, but in a race setting, there's a lot that can happen just because the game is much harder on difficult.
Yeah, it's even more RNG that you create in Heatman and in refights, and a couple more, like Flashman becomes another level. It's not like the fact that it takes more hits on difficult mode makes it a long fight and more room to mess up. And fun fact, I died in Flashman in some qualifiers, so for once.
I used to die a lot when I first switched to difficult on Flashman. It's not easy.
Oh yeah. It becomes a two-phase, and it becomes tight, like margin of error kind of tight. Otherwise, you get flashed. How much time could you save by doing one of the item number robots last? I don't think you would lose. You would save anything, because all 3 items are pretty much useful as early as possible.
Actually, if you do normal, there's actually a video about it, but a video by Baron Haynes, shoutouts to him. When he played 46, he found out that doing air last is actually faster by a little bit, but only if you do normal.
Oh, for skipping the cutscene, that makes sense. Yeah. I see.
Basically for skipping the cutscene.
I didn't
do some really weird strats, like you stay on Buster in the wood, for example, when then you don't have item 2 for metal, which is kinda tricky.
It is.
And you also have to Buster crash. That's quite a
Buster and crash. Ooh. It is. Well, meanwhile, barely Madu got through the Quickman zip. He kind of messed up a bit, but I don't blame him. That zip is, like, at first, it's actually brutal. You kind of need a very specific setup for the item, like for the 3 item ones, to make it work. But at least he got away, so that's all he needs to think about. Ooh. And it doesn't seem he's gonna go for the soft block. Yeah, and it doesn't seem as... Oh, the lasers.
Yeah.
I didn't pay, but look, it's not like doing the... It's not doing the soft lock zip. I won't blame him as well. Like, yeah, that zip is brutal.
I don't do
like
it
that
either.
Only might... Yeah, if he soft locks, he might... Well, I think password is allowed, so...
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking that it might put him in a, like, behind situation.
But yeah, that's... in that last quick room, you can basically also do a zip by getting into the ceiling with item 1, but there's a soft lock risk when doing that zip.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about in Mega Man 1, is that if Mega Man, like, overzips and basically appears on the left side, that means that he cannot get back to the right side because he's already on the next screen. And so he basically gets basically there's no way to come back into the game. So the only that's a soft lock, and needs to kind of reset.
Nice zipless fans.
Yep.
Or rather, zipless strats for the fans, aka MacBob. Yep.
Actually, like the flash zip, the mini zip.
Yeah.
But
it's
yeah,
cool.
zipless is fun. Is fun. Oh, it's good wood.
But yeah, Madu went for the heat strat, so just killing the dog instead of flashing before the dog. It's way basically consistent, but you can just switch to flash early and do like a mini zip in the next room,
Yeah,
so that you gain more distance, and then you can skip all the dogs with flash basically.
yeah. And meanwhile, Khanster taking a death, and Airman and his game over. Like he's doing a game over. I think that's wise. I think that's wise from him because it's like you would take lots of damage from these little screws, and you won't have enough to cross the air section. You would lose a lot of time.
Yeah.
I think it's faster. We missed the
Meanwhile,
good wood.
yeah,
Oh no! Another death, dude. Aww.
it's always air, dude.
It's always air.
Stupid snake.
Alright. Is in Metalman now. Madu. No way, dude. That's why, like, Air Second would be appropriate for this because, well, it only costs about 17 seconds. It's, for me, like, lesson learned, never do Air Second, like, Air Third in a race. Unless, like, really, kind of, you have to. Oh no!
Oh no.
Game over even. It's still
Yeah, it's
fun,
a game
but
over because you take 2 intentional deaths to initiate zips.
that's Khanster as well. It's
Everyone is dying. This game is impossible.
I mean, not dying in this game, you would say.
Yeah. I wonder how the heat trick with dying works. You know, when you charge heat before dying and then you release it, and then that makes you respawn faster for some reason.
I think when you, I don't know how to explain it technically, but when you die, probably Mega Man's hitbox kind of still in there, but when you fire it while dying, it just messes up the timer or something. Or when Mega Man has to appear. You know, it's just a glitch, I guess. Something unintended.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a glitch. But
Yeah.
I'm just really curious why it works.
Okay, I'll say something. It's a bug.
It's a it is indeed a bug.
Oh no, hopefully it's not a game over. Alright, we're fine.
Yeah, he was dying on purpose because he had so little health.
Oh, I see. Makes sense.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Shout
And
out
that
to
was done
Worky.
with Metal Man, and I'll just quickly say that before the fight starts, you can actually buffer Quickman's weapon. You just hold shoot and you start firing, and he's not gonna jump at the beginning of the fight, which makes the fight way easier.
Yeah, and that's because also, like, Metal Man also reacts to your B button pressed. If you press B, he jumps and start attacking. So, or you get close. That's the two triggers.
Yeah.
So it becomes really smooth.
Yeah, basically, when the fight starts, he reads your input. When you shoot, he's gonna jump. But because we buffer the shot before the fight starts, he's not jumping.
Oh, the birds! Much appreciated, Khanster. Yeah, so, well, you just like trick Metal Man into thinking that we're not shooting, yet he's like taking all the damage.
Yeah, and that kind of manipulation, it will come back. And
No, it can still climb. Okay, good. It can still climb.
Nice. That was close. Yeah, I wanted to say that that kind of manipulation with the inputs, it's gonna come back. After this game, actually, that Madu is
done.
entering.
Yup, it's Mega Man Rockman 3. Now, this is Madu's territory now.
This is the carpal tunnel game.
Yep. Oh my god. Wait, he's coming top first!
Oh yeah. Because your hands will suffer if you speedrun this game.
That's for sure.
You will see it very soon as well. It's already on the first stage that you have to mash a lot.
Yep, mashing the top.
Also, the first game with a slide.
Oh yeah, invention of the slide. Sliding in this game though is still like kind of a prototype. Because the sliding
it sure
length
feels like it.
It's like short, and then if you wanna, like, if you press jump, like if you try to slide again, if you accidentally press it during a slide, you may jump, and then that can ruin really the slide chain in here.
Yeah, and after a slide, you can't actually jump out of it within 8 frames, so it makes sliding on like blocks, for example, kind of scary.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, as you can see, Madu mashed down the cat mini bosses very well.
Good. And nice little waiting there, because it allows you to kind of adjust yourself and not losing.
Why to slide on blocks? It saves time.
Yep. And also, Madu is kind of put a lot of time doing that, so
yeah,
kind of muscle memory. But it's too scary. I'm not joking. It is still scary.
Okay,
I would go for them. Would you go for them? I wouldn't go for them, Shadow. Would you go for them?
For block slides in a race?
Yep.
No. Not in this game.
Right, let's see if he gets the first zip. Oh, it's a bit off. Right, he should be able to get this one. Oh no.
Oh, that was too far.
Try it. Let's go. Good. He got it. Awesome, dude.
Alright. Oh no!
It's the dark!
He's in
the good thing is that if he, like, it's good, it's fine if he doesn't go for, no, he needs to turn around. Like, if he doesn't, if he wants to go for the zip, it becomes tougher. No! Oh no, dude. It's okay.
To be fair, every time I failed to turn on the lights when doing that zip, I would always die, because I can't do that room without lights on.
Oh yeah, it definitely requires muscle memory.
But yeah, the route in Mega Man 3, we do top first, because he takes 2 damage from the Buster. The other boss that does it is Magnet Man, but if you do Magnet first, it's still a viable route, but it's slower because you don't have Rush Jet for the block section.
Yeah, but also it's pretty difficult because of the parachute section, which the game throws in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done with Shadow.
We saw some of it though. But yeah, you can use top spin to like kill these parachutes guys and also push yourself forward. It's very precise because you actually have to, like when jumping and using topspin, you have to turn around. Like you have to face left before you hit the enemy, so you get pushed a little bit forward. That lets you basically not have to wait for the parachute guys to fall down.
Yeah. It's pretty tough, and I actually seen so many runs die into that, like watching Prissy, because he was grinding this game a lot, and like Prissy and Odal, they've been like struggling so much with the parachute section, and it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Kind of the reason why it stops so many from running top first at the start. It's a cool route, but it's kind of hard at first.
Yeah.
Nice zip in there.
If you do like Magnet first or Gemini first, you have magnets for that section, so basically killing these parachute guys without stopping is way easier.
It does. I would say, from what I know, I think top first kind of saves only like 6 seconds. And it matters, like, the route choice, surprisingly, matters a lot in 46 robots than in any percent, because that's when, like, it's the game itself, like, it's just the robots we're talking about, so better choose the best route there. And there's nothing better than top route, like top first. Meanwhile, Khanster, I think he's having a little bit of trouble with the lasers.
Yeah, the lights didn't go on again. He keeps turning around too early. That makes the lights not turn on.
I'm not
Madu
sure.
had a very clean block section, jeez.
Oh yeah, well, it's his territory.
Yeah.
Oh. Keep it up, Khanster. There's still a lot of content later.
Still not giving up though. Respectable as hell. Because I feel like I would, if I was like not really feeling it, I don't know if I could keep going.
There's still never say never.
True.
There's still 4 and 5 and 6. And anything can happen in a race. And meanwhile, Madu is flying over to Needleman.
Yeah. He even went for all the extra slides that can kill you. He's
like
really good at this game.
Yeah, it's like I don't care. Like, let me get out of Mega Man 3 soon. It's like doing all kind of risky strats there. Oh, good zip from
Nice zip.
Khanster. I think Madu didn't do it, so thank you actually for showing it off. That zip is cool to see, yeah.
Yeah, that's an extra zip you can do, but it doesn't save as much time as the first one.
True. Which one would you say is the hardest out of the games here? It's still subjective a bit, but I don't know if most people would agree that 3 is the hardest. Maybe 2. Depends. Personally, I'd say 3. personally,
mean-
but I don't know if Shadow what will say.
Well, for me, Mega Man 1 is the hardest speed game out of the 6.
Oh wait,
Just
can I
because
change
of
my
how...
mind?
just because of how technical it is. Oh, you forgot about
Can
it, did you?
Well, depends. If it's zips, it's Mega Man 1. If it's zipless, it's still like Mega Man 3 because
3 is definitely the hardest sliding one, right?
yeah, the 3's main issue, or the way it why it's hard is because of the mashing, single block sliding itself, and and how difficult some sections in the game. We're talking about Gemini. We're talking about the parachute section in Shadow. We're talking about many spots where you can, if you miss, it's over. That's what I think personally about 3, which is why I'm ranking it like the hardest.
Yeah. Well, with 1, the problem is not that there's a lot of zips, it's just that they are all very hard
Yeah.
compared to
It's just
Mega Man 2, for example.
The setup, for Mega Man 2, the setup is pretty straightforward, and it's kind of not that hard to get used to. You definitely can get used to magnet zips, but it's still not to the level, it's so you need a long time to get used to it. While Mega Man 2, you can take just some practice and you understand how the mechanics work, and then you can start doing zips pretty easily.
Yeah.
Oh no, Madu's screen. Oh no, oh no. Hey, wait. Oh, okay.
Oh, he almost
I was
fell
like,
down.
why is he buffering? But I also
Yeah, I
thought
think-
that maybe he's buffering in the wrong way, but he knew what is he doing.
Yeah.
Good.
I think he just didn't menu fast enough, so he was scared of falling down while doing the zip. This zip, how do you even explain it?
It's just, how would you see it? It's just a bunch of crossing of screens, over zips, and that's it. That's how I see it myself.
Yeah, it's kind of like you just zip all over the place and the game basically thinks you're actually progressing through the screens, and then when you die, you respawn in the boss door because the game thinks you were there.
Yeah, basically that. You explained it, you summed it up. You try to reach the checkpoint of the room, of the boss room, as fast as you can. The reason why you're saving time is because of, the scrolls between screens in Mega Man 2 is kind of slow. And so you remove that 6 seconds crossing, and then, you do it fast enough, you save a lot of time, and then you reach the checkpoint fast enough and you die in there. So you respawn on that screen. And the game registers and thinks that you're actually in that checkpoint.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Madu was done with Magnet, and we could see that because of doing top first, he was able to utilize Rush Jet, which saves time over using the blocks.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, that's too close to the ceiling. If the item
So
one
the
is
way-
too close to the...
okay.
Oh, you can say it if you want.
Oh, you can say it. No, you can do it. You went first.
I mean, you play this game more than I do, so...
Okay. Well, thank you. I have the honor. I got
No
honored by
problem.
Shadow. So the way you want to place your item 1 is you want to place it halfway between the ceiling and the ceiling itself, like something like just half of it off ceiling. So Mega Man, when he lands, the Atom One does not does not think that it's under the ceiling. It keeps going, and Mega Man's still on the right side, so it gets like kind of pushed up. And that's how you guarantee the entry into the ceiling. So just want to place it halfway so that you trick the game well.
Yeah. Clap, clap.
Was it? But like that was the explanation, right?
Yeah, it was good. Nice Hardman fight.
Oh, he's into Mega Man 3. Let's go. GG Khanster on Mega Man 2. Let's go.
I want to say very quickly about Hardman fight is that Madu took damage on purpose, because if you actually take damage when he's falling down, you're not gonna get frozen. Because normally when Hardman does the attack where he like goes up and then hits the ground, you get frozen. But if you get hit before that happens, you can move and then you can kill him quicker, basically.
Yep. And as a bonus, if you kill it while the screen kind of distorted and it's like the ground is a bit up, where it's mixed with Mega Man's legs, you can basically mess up the faces of Robot Masters.
Oh yeah.
That's just something I noticed lately, but it's worth talking about, I guess.
And also Mega Man's face. Madu made it an emote even.
Yeah, it becomes like he's not sleeping for days.
Yeah, tired like the student Mega Man.
There we go.
Pretty simple stage. We kill those blocks because it reduces lag. And that's all I have to say.
Personally, I love lag in the race.
I just want to say this room, like, that room was terrifying to like play casually, but then when you learn a speedrun, you literally just have to hold right, and then you will most likely not get hit by all these millions of enemies.
Oh yeah.
And there we go, he actually posted it. Tired Mega Man.
And he's off to Mega Man 4.
Yeah.
Shadow, it's our game.
It's the game.
It's the game. I'm just kidding.
And just like also, always, when a game starts, let's talk about routes.
Wait, is it Bright first or Pharaoh first? That's what we find out. Well, it's Bright first.
Yeah. Team Bright, bro.
Yeah, Bright is the best. If you're a fan of Mega Man 3 and you love mashing, you might consider Pharaoh first. And, you know, basically, Pharaoh first is good because you get Balloon early. And then you actually use it in Brightman to skip a very good chunk of RNG sections. On top of having Pharaoh Man's fast charging kind of fast weapon for Brightman, you know. Instead of killing it with Buster, you're killing it with Pharaoh. I think mostly it saves about 6 seconds, but it's still like you have to do Pharaoh Man stage very well. Instead of just like if you mess it up, it becomes even with Brightman at the cost of your hands.
Even the balloons are really hard to do optimally. You are not always gonna get all the time save.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bright first basically is the consistency route, and Pharaoh is the time save.
Yep.
But yeah, like we said, it's really hard to actually get the time save.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's also Pharaoh Man's RNG, so still kind of technical a bit. You know, I mean luck based a bit. That's what I would say. And you definitely need Fairy first for 36, right? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, gold. I think this implies that Cancer Golden Gemini. Yo, nice.
Very nice.
Oh, cool. Shadow is off. And would you explain the... Or do I? The magic pixel.
Oh, the pixel.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. In this game, if you stand on a pixel, like normally Mega Man will walk to the pixel and then start his, animation, like the weapon get animation, but if you stand on the correct pixel, you actually save like a second, because Mega Man just goes up immediately instead of doing like a slow hover.
Yeah, like usually he jumps kind of way higher, but if you stand on a very like on the dead center, you can actually like skip all that animation and immediately in one frame it jumps to the center of the screen and grabs the weapon.
It's such a weird quirk.
Yeah. Like
Why this
that doesn't
game?
work in 5 and 6, sadly.
Yeah.
Also, one thing about boss skills, right? We should not kill them. Like we should kill them in the center, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, when you like the fanfare, like the music, the it like starts after all the bubbles leave the screen, like all the explosion particles in this game.
Yeah.
So killing bosses in the middle is faster. Yeah.
And not only in the middle, but also you would want them to jump into the center for where Mega Man, like that's the absolute ideal, for where Mega Man tries to grab the weapon, because that makes all the bubbles kind of spread evenly and faster, and so you save like it can save about a second, from what I remember.
I just want to quickly mention the advantage of Bright First is, as you could see, you have Brightman's weapon, which lets you freeze the first section of Pharaoh Man and the second section, and that makes it just makes it really easy.
Yeah. One of the benefits of, like, the main reason you would use Bright first. Bright is such a powerful weapon, and I'd say broken in a way, because it's a very like an overpowered version of Flashman's weapon. And
you can freeze everything.
Yep. And the sliding also that allows you to extend its length.
Yeah, for some reason when you're sliding, the timer actually stops like running on the weapon. So that makes it last way longer than it should.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Madu is entering Rigman, and he's doing good job on that. Oh, nice balloon. And this game as well, like, Balloon has a special ability, I'd say, where even, like, well, all objects in this game, even if they, like, disappear, they're, like, if they form a bubble or something, they're still on screen, and they can be effective as well. Their hitbox is not leaving. So what like runners do is that they place intentionally a bubble in front of a wall and land on the, like, a balloon, I'd say. They place the balloon intentionally and they land on the bubble animation. It's actually faster because if you land on it, it immediately puts you on top of it faster, and that gives you more height. Like in the jumping speed, kind of climbing speed would become really faster in a way that it saves you more time. And it's actually useful later. Well, we're not gonna see that, but it's useful in Cossack 2, which if you would do any percent, you would definitely get benefit from that.
Mm-hmm. And we can see Madu doing the first utilization of Pharaoh Man's weapon. Another one of the most used weapons in this game. It's very powerful. You can get a very fast charge with this weapon, and you can also shoot it in multiple directions.
Fight, awesome fight.
Oh yeah, and also when you charge, you get a floating projectile on top of you, and when it's fully charged, you can use it to hit someone, like hit an enemy. But even after you hit and the projectile disappears, you can still shoot another one that you just charged. So you can get like 2 fully charged Pharaoh shots, and that's like 6 damage.
Yeah.
Very fast.
And yeah, this is how you get fast rank fight. And Khanster got another gold. Congrats. That's amazing. I think that's magnet gold. Oh, nice. Magnet is RNG, by the way. We forgot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, Magnet Man had a lot of things that he can do. Well, actually, not a lot of things. It's only 2 patterns that he can do after he jumps to the other side. He either shoots magnets, which is the slow way, and then he can do the pulling attack. But you can stop the pulling attack. He's invincible when he does that, but you can stop it by taking damage.
Except that it does a lot of damage, which means you have a very limited amount. Kind of similar to Dustman, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But it's way scarier in Magnet first.
Yeah, it is, because you don't have rank weapon, you don't have the weakness or something, unlike Dustman, where you actually have a chance to stop his sucking animation.
Yeah.
Oh,
also,
nice
another
4 golds in a
thing
row.
is that Dustman is way scarier because he can do it at any time, basically. While with Magnet, there's a window where he just jumps around.
Oh no.
But Madu didn't get any, so good job.
Yeah.
Good job on getting good luck, Madu. I know that's rare for you.
Yeah, I know. Right, we're off to Skullman.
And this is the stage with the only zip that's RTA viable. The only zip that we'll basically see in this game.
Oh, zip. I thought you said music.
No, zip. The only RTA viable zip in this run.
In this run, yeah.
Do you want to explain it?
Sure. So basically, we talked about the balloon turning into bubbling kind of thing. So what we're doing here is that we're abusing that in order for Mega Man to slide on top of the balloon, no matter whenever you touch that disappearing balloon, you're still gonna go on top of it in a way.
Yeah,
even
the
if it doesn't
hitbox is still active.
Yeah, and what happens is, if you stay there for too long, Mega Man dies. But we're placing it in a ways so that the enemy next to it, hits Mega Man as soon as Mega Man starts to slide in. And what happens is, Mega Man gets ejected the same way in Mega Man 3, like the Gemini Zip, and it gets out. As long as his in iframes is not gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Yeah, in Mega Man 3 they did this thing where if you actually get into the wall or ceiling, it just kills you. I guess they realized what was happening with the game, and then they were like, okay, no more of that, but we can just we can just be like, okay, I'll just take damage and then I'll be in iframes and I'm not gonna die.
outsmarted devs.
Yeah. Enough King got outsmarted.
Yep. The other zip, which is very big, and you know, as Shadow said, it's like it's not RTA viable. The only one is Skull Zip. There is a boss rush skip, and it works by executing several frame perfect inputs alongside using wire, and you could do this like you could skip refight kind of similarly in Mega Man 5, but it's not RTA viable. It also requires it doesn't require damage, surprisingly, for this one, I guess. Even if you're in the wall, because Mega Man kind of stays a bit off it, like just half of it stays in the wall.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's not viable.
Yeah, but basically
I wonder if
what it means, like RTA viable, it just means that humans can do it. And if it's not RTA viable, then it's like only TAS that can do it.
Yep.
God Gamer
Nice
TAS.
smashing, by the way. Yeah, nice smashing there.
Yeah, good mash. We can
Like one
freeze the
cycle.
mini bosses and then just mash them down in this stage.
Yeah, like that's called Mega Man 3 mash, I guess.
Yeah.
It's all one cycle well.
Yeah. Every Mega Man 3 runner can do one cycle well, even if they don't run Mega Man 4.
Oh my god,
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
impressed.
I'm so jealous. Very nice.
But
Ooh, close.
and we're off to Dive Man here. One of the best themes, to be honest, in
Yeah.
Mega Man 4. What are your favorite musics in Mega Man 4? I think like it has really some banger ones.
This one, like the dive theme for sure.
Oh, that's also one of my favorites. And I think alongside it, there's Drill Man as well.
I think Skull is also really good.
Oh, Skull is nice, yeah.
Speaking of Drill, our favorite boss.
Yep. We're getting a big raid. Yo, Doto Doya. Thanks for the raid.
Gigantic.
Huge.
Huge. Like, you know, like Louis. Huge.
Yep. Huger.
Game huger.
To win huger.
But yeah, Drill Man stage is simple. You just abuse the Brightman's weapon.
Flash weapon.
Yeah. But the boss itself, you can talk about it if you want.
I mean, oh no! What is he doing? It's actually smart, but it's actually risky. What are you doing, Madu? Thankfully, he got safe. Would you do that, Shadow? I wouldn't do that.
I don't know if I would.
Alright. Nice walking there. Would you talk or I talk? It's fine.
Well, alright.
Drill dives.
Well, Drill Man, he can go into the ground whenever he wants. And
makes us right like that.
And that makes us mold very hard.
Sure. Look at that. Congrats.
And as you
on
can see,
having
Madu is not
two
getting
dives.
a very good luck with this boss. I would like to point out that every dive loses... Oh no! Oh
He
yeah.
died.
This
It's
game is
Drill
really
Man.
brutal with contact damage. It's like 8 damage if you
Yeah.
touch a boss, so you have to be very
Very-
careful. But yeah, every dive loses about 4.5, I wanna say.
Yeah, around that range.
Yeah,
I think it's just 4, but yeah.
it's
It's kind
definitely
of, I've
4
never paid close
seconds.
attention. Yeah, it's 4 or more. Also, Khanster just showed us how to do the parachute section without top, with like, what was that? With magnet. Good job.
And he's going into 4 as well. Alright,
So
there we
basically,
go.
for each drill dive, we lose time. Yeah. So never mind.
The best pattern is basically when he only dives at the beginning of the fight, because the dive at the beginning of the fight is corrupted, so it always happens. And then after that, he just can walk around or jump around, and yeah. Basically, if he doesn't dive after that, then it's the best pattern.
Yep, that's like absolute amazing pattern. I was gonna I was thinking about the cutscene because like Green Z Saber mentioned that which like what would you make the last with item number boss in Mega Man 2, and I've been thinking if we do the same thing for 4, because 4 still has the animation for like here it gives you a Rush Marine, and I think it's appropriate here for 46 because, well, the route is convenient, kind of. So we don't have to talk about it much, but still worth mentioning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and Toadman stage is another stage where you just stay on Brightman's weapon all the time, and here you can actually freeze before the mini-boss spawns, and that allows you to not have to fight the snail mini-boss.
Yep.
He freezed so hard that the game feed freezed even.
That shows how powerful the bright
The
weapon
is, yeah.
or the flash stopper. Oh my god! So
Yeah.
Flashman has time stopper.
Time stopper and Bright has flash stopper. It
Flash
doesn't make
stop.
sense.
And Time Man wouldn't have bright stopper? Question mark.
Yeah. Wait, you said Time Man?
Yeah.
I'm powered up.
It exists. It's in powered up. Oh, it's off to he's off to Mega Man 5. Good job.
Nice.
Another one of, and we saw like only one death in Drillman. It's still like a decent 8 robots. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Good job,
it was
Madu.
Well played, except for that bad luck in Drillman.
In Drill, yeah. He played
And
like
we
all
are
other
off.
stages exceptionally well.
Off to Starman, the only route in this game, because beating Starman gives you the super arrow, which is a utility item that you use in basically every stage. Every 8 robot stage.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say that they changed the Buster significantly in this game, because now it pierces through enemies. It's really huge. The only downside compared to Mega Man 4 is that you can actually charge while sliding, and also if you get hit, you lose your charge. So that's something to be aware of.
I think that's intentional. Because in Mega Man 4, they didn't have that drawback.
Yeah.
So they kind of nerfed it in a way. I wouldn't say nerf, but you know, just like they kind of made it intentionally so that you have to land and feel the charge.
Yeah.
And make it like, since it's powerful enough, that kind of a bit of
No.
sacrifice you have to make. Like, make sure you don't get hit before you shoot or something.
Yeah, basically,
Uh,
he needs more energy and he can't slide while charging.
it's logic. And speaking of kills, I think for Mega Man 5, you have to kill the boss on the corners this time.
Yes, it's less
Yeah,
laggy.
laggy, yeah. It's so weird that going from Mega Man 1 to 6, every game has its own different engine. You know? Like Mega Man 1 is not similar. Like Mega Man 1 and 2 kind of similar, but not really that similar. Mega Man 3 is complete different, and it's also different than 4 and 5 and 6. 5 is different, like each one has its own engine that it has a drawback or a benefit.
Yeah. Because with X games, it feels like they all control kind of similarly.
Yeah,
For example,
except that X3
except
that
yeah,
X3
X3 has the input eating
drop.
thing.
Yep, it's too much.
I know McBob is a big fan of that.
Oh my god. Let us feel the super arrow though. No.
Oh no, he jumped by. I think that was a misinput.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see,
Most
the
likely it is,
arrow,
like.
you can ride it, and you can ride it very far. But the ammo, when you're standing on the arrow, the ammo like drains out, but you can make it drain out slower by like holding right on the arrow, because you're kind of like getting off the arrow for a tiny bit when you do that. Like you're kind of clipping on the arrow, as you can see, which makes it so that you don't actually stand on it for as much as if you were not moving.
Yeah.
So we use
That's
that
what I was
to have
gonna
more
like,
ammo.
that's what I was gonna talk about when you talked about like the when you talked about the arrow, like the mobility weapon. So I was like, I was wanted to mention, but now you did it. It's just you know, it drains faster enough, so you have to manage it, you know. But
Yeah.
you know, you explain it, yeah.
This stage is really fun with the arrow usage.
Yeah. Oh my god, gyro. Is it gyro or gyro?
Jeplo. It's him.
Oh yeah. Yep. And now you see how, like, what Shadow talked about. He barely had one tick. If he didn't do that buffers, like slide in, kept holding right on the D-pad so that he falls a bit on from the super arrow, he wouldn't be able to make it to have that one last tick from going for the refill. It's sometimes it's precise and it's needed, even though like you just hold, but probably the timing matters.
As you can see, this stage really shows the power of the super arrow. He could skip a lot of really tricky sections just going over them with the arrow. That saves a lot of time. That's why we want the arrow as fast as possible. Which is why we do star first.
Oh wait, stream is freezing. And meanwhile, like we'll see how Pharaoh Man does, like Pharaoh Weapon does with Brightman.
Oh yeah,
Look at that.
Khanster did Pharaoh first.
Yep. Shout out to him. Actually, that's something we should say. Like, really good, really
Yeah,
brave.
it's not really that great for a race. There's a lot of risk with
Especially
doing that.
the balloon skip. Oh no, it was close.
Like that. This fight is
that's
super tricky because of you have to get so close just to hit him with the floating Pharaoh shot.
Yeah.
And all the bosses, like the contact damage with the bosses in Mega Man 4 is the most punishing. It's 8 damage.
Yeah, I think it's Drill, and Bright, and Ring. Ring does 8 as well. And Dust.
Yeah.
And Dive. Only Pharaoh and Skull and Toad are not really that punishing.
Oh no, Madu!
Oh, I'll let you explain this because, well...
Died! Nah, just kidding, that was intentional. Can you even explain this trick, McBob?
Basically, okay, I'll give you a small explanation. If you die on the same frame, the second walking enemy there appearing, there's a tiny window where you can spawn only the bottom part and not the floating ball. And so, if you do that, you skip the entire stage and you go to the boss. That's all I understand.
Yeah,
I hope it's clear.
the technical side of this trick is... I don't even know. It's just... But yeah, basically, if you die on the correct pixel, you just spawn at the boss door there.
It's called Crystal Skip.
From what I understand, for some reason the game just thinks Mega Man is the bouncing ball from one of the enemies. That's why the ball doesn't spawn, and it just goes around, and until it hits the last checkpoint.
Oh, that reminds me of I don't know if you guys played Castlevania for the DS, but there is a game that there's a Portrait of Ruin where you actually can suspend and go out of bounds, and then you suspend again and you spawn on another place, and probably exactly what happens here. Kind of the object of Mega Man floats all the way down to the checkpoints, and when you spawn again, you spawn on that one. So kind of similar things here to show up. I know I brought a random game, but you know, just for similarities. We can say that it's similar to Mega Man 2. Similar to Mega Man 2, except that we can say that it's similar to Mega Man 2, except that Mega Man 2 is kind of, you have to control Mega Man for it.
Yeah, it's kind of what sort of happens. It's like the same thing as like the crash zip and the wood. It's just that you don't really do anything. It just happens. But I guess the technical side of things is sort of the same. Yeah. I never thought about that, actually.
And it's probably a generic glitch that happens in most video games. And the reason is because, well, probably the way video games are like, or characters are programmed, they're definitely... Oh no. Taking a death. Well, time for backup strat. The way video games are built is that in a way that, well, the main characters are objects, and they use those objects to check for conditions. And so, to determine whether an object is alive or not, they use like... They don't actually like have just like conditions. The object's still alive, but you know, just check. And then maybe during that check-in, like a condition happens, like a condition is met, which is like the object like passed through this place, and then the game thinks that it's a checkpoint, since it happens in most video games, probably. Not sure exactly, but you know, it's just, I feel like it's a generic glitch that happens from several games.
Louis Smart. But yeah, currently Madu is 1 game ahead. Khanster is on the 4th stage of Mega Man 4.
Mega Man. This is the 5th stage of Mega Man of Mega Man 5.
And 5th stage of 5. Damn. 5th stage
I
of the
hope
5th Mega Man.
and 4th stage of Mega Man 4.
But yeah, Madu has this game and then 6, and after 6 he's done.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And I think this is best of 1, so
It is.
right? And no more matches. Well, considering the length of the run.
Imagine if that was best of 3. I don't think
That
we
would
get any sleep.
of course, that would take like 6 hours for a race. That's no longer a late. That's longer a race. It's like long play. Stone Man. I think this stage is kind of the stage layout is well, the stage is too long at first, and the stage layout is kind of a bit hard in a way.
I think this is like the hardest stage to not make any mistakes. It's a really tricky stage, and it's also the longest of the 8. Unless you count Waveman, but Waveman is like maybe like 60% of it is just auto-scroller.
Auto-scroller, yeah. Yeah, I think this should be the longest ever. And I'm surprised they could fit everything in the memory.
Yeah. Stone is Gemini of Mega Man 5.
Gemini of Mega Man 5.
Pretty much. Can't.
Oh no, that's scary.
It's really it's really hard to like not make any mistakes.
Can you like? Do you actually like? Is it that close? How many runs do die to Stone Man? Don't tell me a lot.
Well, I wouldn't say they die, you just lose. You can lose a lot of time. Like, there's not really... Like, unlike Gemini, there's not a lot of places you can actually die. Because there's not many, like, bottomless pits or spikes or stuff like that. But it's just, like, the difficulty of executing everything.
I see.
You can't just like get hit so many times and lose so much time, because there's a lot of like almost every screen is tricky to like do perfectly. That makes sense.
Yep, I see. It's just the layout itself is not. It's kind of not convenient. I'm gonna ask Madu, which hard? Talon Rhino or Stone Man, since we're talking about Earth-based stages.
Oh, he missed the arrow in charge. That's unfortunate.
Oh no. Oh, both are frozen. Oh, okay.
A lot of freezing today, sadly.
Yep.
Not much we can do about, actually.
Yeah. It's okay. It was fine.
But yeah, you can skip this very long train section in Charge Man just by using the arrow, but Madu placed the arrow incorrectly, unfortunately. I think that's
hard to compare
happened.
to the two different series makes sense. So yeah, we can't compare X3 to Mega Man 5, right? But yeah, it's just I don't know if it's like, oh yeah, speaking of the weapon, hard, like Stone Man is hard, and its weapon, the Power Stone, probably the worst weapon in the entire series. So basically, this weapon is like you fire some stones and they keep flying away for about 6, 7, or 8 seconds. And the way like to not lose time on them is by like hitting it close to charge man, and posing and unposing, and then you shoot it again, you know. And you may use the invincibility time of charge man to avoid the pause buffer. So that's the only way to make the weapon a bit useful. But other than that, it's just, you know, avoid using it at all.
Yeah, and it doesn't even do damage except against Charge Man, which is really weird. Like, why would you make a weapon that's so hard to like hit and just not even make it do a lot of damage?
I think they won't, like, from design point, I think what Capcom wants to tell or wants to do is to make Mega Man fires the weapons the exact same way bosses do. So you got Gyro Man, he does, like, Mega Man does exactly the same. You got you know, Starman, he does, like, Mega Man does the same, you know. You see, you got for Crystal Man, Napalm Man, and Stone Man, you know. Just the difference is in Wave Man as well. The difference is only charge and stone, not stone. I mean charge and gravity. These are different kind of design thinking. But Capcom tries to make the weapon used in a way that's similar to the boss. Wait, where's Madu? Oh, here is
Just
Madu.
did boat skip.
Oh yeah, you talk about boat skip. Sorry for taking that long.
Yeah, I wanted to just cut in and talk about this trick because it's really cool. Basically, you use the arrows in the screen where the boat is, and you slide and jump over the trigger, like the trigger that makes Mega Man go into the cutscene where he gets into the boat. And that lets you basically do the auto-scrollers without using the boat, which is faster because you can use the charge shot.
And it's faster on certain screens as well, like the screen on which you try to leave the boat, you actually slide there instead, which is of course a lot faster. No, my dude, don't die!
Oh no!
No!
Oh yeah, the health management in this stage is important just because.
No!
Oh, it's a game over.
It's a game
In
over,
Mega Man
dude.
5?
Wait, he died in Napalm Man, and oh, he died also in Crystal Man.
Oh yeah.
Or the Crystal Skip.
Dude, he didn't get any 1-ups. What the hell? In this game. At least we can see.
I don't want to meme a
boat
bit, but
again.
yeah. It gives a bit of time to Khanster to catch up, but you know. Oh no. It's probably not gonna use
Travel the bubble skip the second time.
that's kind of, that's a huge death. That's a huge death.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's really big. Where is the MM5 reference, guys?
The game over.
No longer, that's not. Is that no longer viable?
In the longest stage.
And then with this, ladies and gentlemen, the meme is dead.
Yeah. Madu killed the Mega Man 5 reference meme.
Like now, anyone, like you would tell anyone, oh, Madu game over then 5, and we'll be like, what? Oh.
How did he die 20 times?
Or 11 times, I'd say. Or yeah, 11 times. That would
And
be.
then you say he didn't get any one-ups. They are just you just can't believe it. How?
I didn't know that Buster speed is faster than a boat. I mean, from left to right, we're talking about. Yo, Khanster. Khanster is getting golds again. Good job.
Let's see if Khanster gets more lucky in this fight.
1, 2.
Oh?
Oh, no dives!
No dice, no dice, no dice. Oh yeah.
Sick!
And
Good
that's
job!
the best pattern that we talked about earlier. Okay.
And Madu is off to Mega Man 6, which is the final game.
Yep. And it's
Yep,
another
there's,
game that changes controls completely. For some reason.
Oh, yeah.
I still love this game though.
It's a cool game. I love, okay, from classics, I definitely love 4, 5, and 6 more.
Yeah, same, actually. But yeah, do you want to talk about the slide in this game?
I'll just, like, what do you want me to say? That you cannot slide from that jump from, like, you cannot jump from a slide? Oh, nice addition, nice feature. Well, basically in this game, like, usually you would jump from a slide on previous Mega Mans 3, 4, and 5. But in this game, for some reason, Capcom said that, well, in order to jump from a slide, you have to stand first. And, you know, then you can jump. So you want to press A twice. Or, in order to cancel it, you would turn right. Turn left, I mean, or right, depends. The opposite direction.
Turn the other direction, yeah.
Yeah. So what runners do usually, it's either like if you're fast with double tapping, you would go double A jump, or basically the safest is turn around and jump.
Yeah.
Oh no, Canister, like, game overing again. Oh wow.
Yeah, having trouble with the rain. The rain pulls you away, so it makes the slide jumps way trickier.
I died in Toadman multiple times, so I won't blame him.
Yeah, same. Even if you play this game like a lot, like we do, then it's still gonna be really scary, especially on a pace. This stage on a pace. It's terrifying.
It is. Even though it's pretty much no RNG in terms of stage layout, aside from drops.
Yeah.
Still a very scary stage. And we didn't talk about this.
Drops can kill you, definitely.
Sliding, yeah. Sliding and jumping in Mega Man 4 is not possible underwater. So,
oh yeah,
a lot of times in Dive Man and Toad Man, if you're underwater and you try to do a slide jump, you have to turn around. There's like, it's not like Mega Man 6. You mandatorily have to turn around to jump, or you have to time your slide in a way that you basically, your full slide will not get you to spikes.
Yeah, there's no A cancel. And also that, like, the water with water physics and slide thing carries over in Mega Man 5.
But I'm sure, like, you can jump. Well, there's. Do you, like, in Wily 2, do you actually are you able to jump out of a slide underwater?
No, you have to, like, do a precise slide or cancel it with a turnaround.
Oh. Yeah, it's. I think 5 doesn't have a lot of water sections, so I've never noticed it.
It's basically just Wily 2 and nothing else.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
interesting
no.
how...
Yeah.
Like that carries over, but there's like only one stage that has water, and it's not even the water boss that has it. Or rather, there's no underwater section. I mean, there is water in the stage, technically, in Waveman, but we're not actually underwater.
Oh no. And
these
Khanster
enemies.
is soon off to Mega Man 5.
Oh yeah. Almost there. Last boss.
Almost there.
And there we go. I wanted to quickly say that the enemies in the last long screen of Flameman are actually random when they shoot, so it can be really scary. Like, they can just
Ooh.
kind of snipe you, and you can't really react to it. Unless you go slowly. Like voluntarily slow down.
Yeah. Which is, well, you know, for safety you would do that. Usually it's hard, like, it's not wanted.
Yeah.
Wanna
We
go all
wanna
in.
go fast.
And speaking of hard stages, I guess, in this game, it's probably Plant Man, I'd say. And at least in 8 robots.
Yeah. I would say Plantman is the hardest stage. I think like the most common run killers from the 8 is like Blizzard, Plant, and Nightman.
Oh. Yeah, Blizzard's ship section is kind of hard as well in terms of consistency with the floating of it, like, you know,
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah, when it moves.
Like here we see how we see Madu. You can actually slide very tightly from those ice blocks. Sometimes you get sniped, and then the spikes get you.
You can actually go fast enough to a point where you don't have to stop in one of those pits without spikes at all, but it's incredibly difficult. Your movement has to be pretty much perfect.
Any block skippers? Madu,
It's
I want you to block skip or bomb skip. That is.
Any bomb skippers in chat?
It's okay if you game over, Madu. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, bomb skip is a very infamous trick in this game. Basically, there are like, it's like sub-pixel dependent. You kind of just clip into the bombs and then you like slide. There's like a small frame window you can slide on the sub-pixel if you get it. And that allows you to not have to detonate these bombs. Just basically get into the boss door without waiting.
Yeah. It's basically saves 4 seconds. Right? People thought
Yes.
that's basically what he told me, yeah. So usually it's not worth it in a series like, well, this is a serious race, I'd say. But yeah, in race situation, rather casually or seriously, like, you would not go for bomb skip just because of how risky it is. But in PB attempts, you may, you know, if the run is dead already or you lose a lot of time, you can still go for bomb skip. You know, just for the sake of it. But in a race, it's disaster. You know, it's like you spawn from a very like the checkpoint is behind the ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So you go all the way back there, and then you have to do the ship again.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see that in this game we also use Flameman's weapon a lot because it is the strongest weapon. It deals 4 damage. So we use that on mini bosses like the gorillas, for example. We can mash them down using Flameman's weapon.
And here is the hardest section. Sadly, the cuts kind of don't allow us to see the entire section, but at least we can see this. It's
Yeah,
pretty
we saw
tight.
the
Yeah.
the platforms. We saw them.
Oh,
You can talk to
smooth.
them.
Yeah, smooth. Smooth passing. Well, I'll let you do it. You're running this game more than me.
But yeah, basically, there's these platforms. You're supposed to open them, but you actually don't have to do it. You can still stand on them even if they are closed, but the trick is that it's like a small frame window to actually jump off them after landing. If you don't jump, then you just slide off and die. So it's pretty scary section, especially in a race.
I see. Yeah. Also, the blizzard. No, the blizzard. The plant. Is that a plant manip where he actually goes crazy left and right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the plant manip. For some reason, his AI gets confused when you kind of like stand inside of his hitbox after he, like before he starts running, because he always he just shoots his weapon and then starts running. But if you stand inside of his hitbox before he starts running, his AI just gets confused and he runs around without doing anything for a little bit, which allows us to score multiple hits very quickly.
Ooh, nice. I didn't know that's how it works.
Yeah,
I thought
the
that
fun
it's...
fact about that trick is that it actually also works on Nightman, but it's not really worth it, because it's not guaranteed he's gonna walk after his next action.
Yeah, well, at least like in Nightman, you still have the spear, Yamato spear, where like it's already pierces him.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to, like, the only way you want to you want that trick is because you don't want him to jump, right?
Yeah.
Because jumping, like Nightman jumping, is kind of a time loss. Unlike
when he jumps, it's the worst. It's the worst action he can do, because you can't hit him when he's in the air. I mean, you can, but it's not like...
It's pretty tight.
Yeah, and you can't get multiple hits.
Yeah, the speed kind of does not go straight in line. Like, it goes tiny bit up or tiny bit down. So
it's alternating.
Still approximately, but it's not enough for a full height, You need to be far away on screen, and it's pretty technical, like probably more just accept the time loss from the RNG, that's it.
Yeah. We talked very long about Plantman stage and the fight. We completely missed talking about Tomahawk, but Tomahawk is a very simple stage. It's probably the most relaxing one, just because there's no really a lot of places you can die. If you run this game, you usually, I would say 90% of the time, you're not gonna die in this stage, because there's not a lot of insta-death spots.
Yeah.
And you just stay on Flameman's weapon, because it deals a lot of damage, the most damage, so you just stay on Flame.
Yeah, Flame is kind of the, I'd say the middle blade of Mega Man 2, in a way.
Yeah.
Or Flash Stopper from Mega Man 4. Kind of a very powerful weapon for 6. And also, we missed one thing that Madu did, was the ladder, ladder jump? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the ladder jump.
Yeah, where he actually, on the tip of the ladder, he quickly releases, and in this game, if you release from a ladder, you still land, I think on the top, or the bottom of it.
Yeah, there's a sub-pixel on the bottom of the ladder, and you can,
and I think
when you go down the ladder, you can stand on it and jump.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what happens in Bomb Skip. So it's kind of in this game the game gets confused a bit whether it's a platform or not, and so Yeah, it's
Has
messed
a lot
up
of
in platform.
subpixel. Sorry
And so
for cutting you off.
you can do a jump. It's fine. You can do a jump from the ladder and save a tiny bit of time. It doesn't save much, but it's cool to look at.
But yeah, I just wanted to quickly say that this game basically, like, it's probably the game with the most subpixel stuff from the classic.
Yeah.
At least from the sliding ones.
Yep. And of course, here Madu takes different routes. I think in Tomahawk he did. No, in Tomahawk he took the regular route. Here he took a different route, which allowed him to get like the beat part, but that was a faster route. So you can kill the boss in multiple locations. Or Tomahawk, Knight, Centaur or Cantor, and
Centaur.
Centaur, okay.
Yeah.
And Yamato. So depending on where you kill him, you might get one of the beat letters. Usually the one that's hard to get into is the one that gets you the letter, so no beat in this game. Only like a few, like only one route that gives you one letter from Tomahawk, and that's it. From Yamato. The rest are like so slow. The alternate routes.
I just wanna quickly answer the question in chat. Yes. You basically take intentional death in Crystal so you can skip the stage. It's like a glitch that just makes the game confused, and the game basically thinks you'll reach the last checkpoint. But yeah, we explained this before, but it's kind of hard to actually explain how it works. But basically, on one of the enemies with the bouncing ball, like, if you die on a specific pixel, the bouncing ball doesn't spawn, and like the game thinks Mega Man is that bouncing ball, and it just bounces around until it reaches the last checkpoint. And that's when you respawn at the boss door. It saves a lot of time.
And I think it's the reason why the game keeps like is frozen for a long time, right?
Yeah. Basically.
Oh no, don't take a death. Yeah, those are one hit kill spikes. That, well, you know, you need to be more cautious about. And I think now Madu is off to the final stage in the entire run, which is Center Man.
Yeah. Almost
The
at
screen is
finish line
frozen.
now. He's going
Sure, a
so
lot
fast
of
the
things.
stream can't keep up.
Yeah. Surely, like a lot of things happened in the race, and at least in he's already on the third screen, dude.
Yeah.
Madu is too fast.
No problem.
So
by
yeah,
the way.
So oh no, Madu, don't die.
Okay,
Oh my
health.
god, that's satisfying, Shadow. Been waiting for someone to do that ages ago. Now I'm satisfied. Cool music. Cool relaxing music. Of course, bottom route is definitely the
faster one.
the faster one.
Anyway,
Speed running,
every
breaking games,
time-
breaking Twitch.
every time you ask, why does this guy do this route? The answer is always, because it's faster.
That's in
And
everything.
it's time!
Yep, GG 152-24. Congrats to
GG.
Madu for winning the race. And I think Khanster is a little bit close.
On Napalm
Oh, he
right
game
now.
over.
Yeah.
A few bosses
Rough
left. 8 bosses in 6, and 4 bosses in 5, including this one. Oh no, is he?
It looks
I don't
like
want to say
he
it.
might.
Don't say. Let me
I'm
check
not-
the room.
Let's see what's happening.
Oh, he forfeited, dude. Oh no, dude.
Oh,
Alright, let me.
yeah, it looks like.
On for Madu and forfeit for answer, but surely he did very well. He showed us a lot of things. Khanster. He's a good racer. That's for sure.
Yeah. He
Right,
he tried his best. Definitely showed up some cool stuff.
Yeah. We'll talk
I think
about.
he tried until. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about like the bottom zip in Middleman. We talk about Pharaoh first in Mega Man 4. He did some other, like he showed us the magnet usage and Shadow. So he did like lots of things that we talked about that we did not see on Mado's screen.
Yes.
He definitely showed us, you know, that's what the comes we're talking about. So that's shout out to him and much appreciated. And
Yeah.
looks like Khanster is actually joining us soon. I don't know if Madu is here, but
Yeah. Overall,
Yeah, it
GG
was-
to both of us are runners. They did a good job. They showed us
They-
some really cool stuff.
yeah, they did, and it was a fun race. For the most part,
Yes.
lots of hiccups, lots of mistakes, but definitely they pulled and they kind of kept going until the end. So GG to both.
And now we'll wait to see if any of them want to do a little
To
interview.
join us. Okay. It was a cool race, generally. It was like, to be honest, this was long, but I didn't feel it. Yo,
Oh.
Khanster is with us and Madu. GG. GG, Madu. GG, Khanster. Awesome race, though. Unfortunately, the forfeit on Khanster, but you know,
I just didn't want to drag it out any longer than it had to be.
it's okay. I mean, you played well, though. You know, anything can happen in a race, and you definitely pulled off like really
Yeah, I
good stuff.
feel it's a downfall after ice because that happened in my last 46 Robo race. Ask Papad about the mystery of Iceman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was really sad. Like when that happens, you just kind of panic.
Yeah.
It's really hard to recover from a death
Well,
like that.
Yoko
no,
blocks are
something-
annoying.
And I was kind of having a little bit of controller issues where it wasn't when I'd be holding forward, it would just abruptly stop.
Yeah. Like generally like that stage where if you actually die midway or after the checkpoint, it's pretty tough and it's a very time consuming to get back. But still, you you played well. Like you didn't give up. You didn't like just you kept going despite all that. And you know, even though Yoko blocks were annoying a bit to you, but yeah, that
So,
was a good
My
gameplay.
thought process is at least if I use the Yokus in the first room, I can use my magnet beam in the next room, so I can have enough to get through the long corridor, the long way,
Yeah.
and get a refill.
Yeah,
Because
that's a good strategy.
because those enemies, when they shoot, they have no hitbox.
Yeah.
I learned that
And-
the hard way.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, you know, it happens. And Madu, also congrats. You know, the game over in 5. Unheard of.
What?
Well, that was actually a second game over I already had, doing 46.
Oh my
rounds,
God.
So it was not something new.
Game
I had
over in
two-
5?
Yeah.
What is this? This is unheard of.
Yeah, I died twice in the palm. The first death was funny. The second death was even more funny.
Yeah, it's like it's a bit
I
like
got a really awful pattern from Wave. It's really
Yeah.
hard to see doing that.
yeah, I saw you like trying to get out of his hitbox, but then it's like Wave stayed on the ground. I don't know what was happening there, but I think you thought that it's gonna jump maybe.
No.
But then you, like-
no,
Yeah,
his
okay.
fight is pretty much scripted, and the only problem is the place where his wave attack will appear. It just appeared in front of him, so I hit
I see.
his projectile before I hit him. That's why I died. If if it appeared in any other place, I could have taken damage from his body that does less damage, and I wouldn't have died there.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but still, like, I wasn't like, you know, that wasn't a big of a time loss if we would say that. But yeah, great gameplay overall. You pulled off like 3. You played very well. 4
So,
and
here's the
6
question.
as well.
Here's a question for Maru. How did your 1 and 2 go?
Mega Man 1 was pretty good actually. I was like +10 leaving the game. Mega Man 2, it was kinda okay until I put the item 2 too high in Metal Man stage and I didn't land on it and fell into the pit and took a game over because of that.
I don't want to like interrupt, but apparently we don't have a lot of time right now. Like they want this channel, sadly.
Oh, there's a Super Metroid race, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry
Well,
for that.
for me, yeah, I think we should leave the floor for
I
The
guess we
next
should wrap
racers.
it up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, thanks for
Yep.
watching and see you more.
Thanks for watching. All right,
August
see you
10th.
guys. Congrats, Madu, and
GG, bye-bye.
Khanster. You did very
Bye-bye.
well. And see you. Bye.
GG.
Bye. Bye.